He busts through them all. He would have run through a brick wall. Good ball to Taylor. And listen to the crowd.
It's into the corner for a try.
Oh, here's a chance by Glasby. The crowd here are loving it. What a try that'll do me. There it is. Stepping. Good play. A lovely ball. Oh, it's been picked up by Butler. There's the pass. Wide out to West Naguama. Little kick over the top. The chase is good. That's a try.
As we welcome you to North Sydney Oval in fairly inclement weather conditions, a great clash in prospect this afternoon featuring two of the traditional clubs in rugby league. In fact, both foundation clubs. I refer to the Bears of North Sydney and the Magpies of Western Suburbs. Great to have your company wherever you might be watching around Australia. This is round 4 of the New South Wales Cup. First up, let's have a look at the recent form for these two sides, starting with the home team, the Bears, a bye in round 1 and then successive victories over Cronulla and Shell Harbour. Western Suburbs has enjoyed a good 2009 thus far, with victories over Cronulla and Balmain Ride and a bye in the third round of the competition last weekend. Now a look at the starting lineups this afternoon, commencing with the North Sydney Bears. At fullback is Samu Warra. On the wing, it's McQueen. On the other, Robinson. The centres are Champion and Baird. The halves, Simpson and Hogan. The front row, Geddes and Crossman. Plenty of experience there. Bo Faluna's the hooker. Michael Greenfield, David Tyrrell and Sean Dalton, the back row. On the bench, it's Sayer, Trambeth, Hunt, Apps and Blaker. And now the Western Suburbs Magpies. Gallant at the back. Lubinskas and Everingham on the wings, Pritchard and Davis the centres, Hirtuku and Dunley the halves. The front row, Laurie and Scandalis. Nathan Waters is the hooker, Blicky, Akarippa and Rysco the back row. On the bench it's Freeman, Waters, Young and Coveney. Right now on the program it's time to say a very good afternoon to Fraser Little, who caught up with the North Sydney captain a short time ago.
Sean, you've got a close affiliation with the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Does that bring up challenges during the week because of the fact you don't know who you're going to have in your squad?
A little bit, I guess, but, you know, we have to deal with it, so it's something we have to deal with, yeah.
How have you prepared for this game against such a strong Western Suburbs side?
I don't know, we just looked at their team on paper and been trying to, you know, accommodate what they've got and, yeah, hopefully get over the top of them.
You've scored a lot of points and it looks as though North Sydney have some real combinations starting to happen. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, we do have some good combinations out there. We've lost our halfback. But, you know, hopefully the new guys in the halves can take that back up and go good today.
Good luck for today's game.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Yeah, Sean Dalton chatting with Fraser Little earlier. Players now on the pitch here at North Sydney Oval. The halves that Dalton was alluding to, Jared Hogan in jumper 17 for the Bears and Jamie Simpson playing in number 9.
Get that 13 and give me a wave
but
there.
will actually play 5'8" this afternoon. Gavin West is the referee. And in this first half, the Bears will defend the southern end of their home ground. Good afternoon, Peter Mulholland.
Good afternoon, David. Yes, looking at both sides, there's a lot of first-grade experience in both the North Sydney side and the West Magpies team, and this should be a pretty close encounter this afternoon.
David Tyrrell had the first touch. Now Scott Geddes will have the second. There's a stack of first-grade experience on both sides. This is Michael Greenfield, former Sharks. He was a real boom youngster back in the Jersey Fleck day with the Sharks, but has been with South Sydney twice. Now finds himself in the New South Wales Cup. He wouldn't be happy about that. The kick downfield by Jared Hogan, and it goes into touch on the eastern side of the ground. So as our highlights continue, Western Suburbs in possession, courtesy of Todd Lubinskas coming in from the right wing.
Yeah, Dave, this afternoon we spoke about players. New Akarippa's copped a lot of raps in the last couple of weeks for the West side, and I'm really looking forward to Dane Laurie, John Scandalis and Akarippa up against Michael Greenfield, Garrett Crossman and Scotty Geddes from the North Sydney side.
Nice offload there by Dane Laurie to Shannon Gallant. Found himself tearing up the centre of the pitch. Now Waters, the skipper, away this time through the halves, and now on to Corey Blicky in jumper number 21 this afternoon. There was an injury cloud about him, but able to take his place in the starting lineup. Hirtuku, nice pass away to Josh Davis. He's got support inside in the shape of Andrew Everingham, and that'll be the first try of the day, 13 minutes into the contest.
What a great little short side movement here again. Nathan Waters starts that, and you can see this after 13 minutes, which has been pretty torrid. You can see this try down the short side. The little hooker's out. Hirtuku's done magnificently. What a great pass there. Josh Davis, boom player that came over from New Zealand, onto Everingham, unmarked down the short side. Well done to Nathan Waters there.
He's a handful. Josh Davis, very powerfully built, will run riot this afternoon unless the defence marks up. Now, Gallant from almost in front gets the extras. 6-0 at Bear Park. There's Dane Laurie. And Reece Robinson gets us back underway for the Bears. Of course, the Bears been very much in the news in recent weeks, Peter, as we now watch coming back with the ball. New Akarippa. Obviously, the Bears are aspiring to be readmitted to the NRL, and CEO Greg Florimo has been everywhere.
David, look, it's a no-brainer, really, isn't it? We've got to have a side on the Central Coast at some stage, and North Sydney, the illogical ones to be there. And if they do it right, it's just an absolute boom area for rugby league.
There was only circumstances that precluded them from being there already. Here's Laurie. Good tackle around the legs by David Tyrrell. Now Waters on another short side raid this time on the western corridor. Good tackle by Scott Geddes, who got across there. And too much over-exuberance in the ruck sees Western Suburbs get another penalty. New Akarippa. Both of these sides have enjoyed a good start to 2009. As we showed you at the top of the program. Great traditional venue, this one. Terrific to come to the football here. Dean Ryscoe is stopped about 2 metres out from the North Sydney line by Garrett Crossman. Now Waters, Dunley. There's a long ball to Heratuku. He's got brilliant footwork, the 5'8". Stepped inside, but North Sydney equal to it. Still plenty of pressure here for the Bears. How will they react? Dunley straightens up and is tackled about a metre out by the 17, Jared Hogan. Here's Waters, little grubbing kick. That's clever. Gallant is there. He claims it, but no try according to Gavin West.
He's ruled the kick. Oh no, it's ruled it was held back. But a West player had actually held one. If you look at the replay here. Yeah. Oh, I can't see that.
I'm not sure.
No, I can't see anything in that one.
The alleged offender was Josh Davis.
Yeah.
Here's Crossman. Powerful run. Throws his frame at the Magpies line. They were equal to the task. Greenfield stepping before the line. Talented player he is. With plenty of offloading ability. Across to the open side. Gee, that pass looked forward from Simpson. It was. Receiver was Tyrrell. About half a metre in front of the man that threw the ball.
Jamie Simpson gave the dirty eye over there to the linesman that called that too.
Now from Dunley, away to the 3, Reece Pritchard. Stopped by Michael Greenfield in the centre of North Sydney Oval. Not a bad crowd in, considering the inclement weather. Looks like it's going to rain. Hopefully that won't be the case. Ryscoe will play it after being tackled by Beau Falloon. Now Laurie, he's been keen to get involved in this game so far. Real weapon for the Magpies potentially. Speaking of weapons, Gallant's got loads of pace. He crashes over in the corner. He is will-o'-the-wisp.
Have a look at this, Dane Laurie. You can go from rocks to diamonds, can't you? Have a look at this pass of Laurie's here. Again, this little hook has started the game really, really well for the Magpies. Nathan Waters. Dane Laurie with the basketball pass into the ground. Absolutely through the feet there of the North Sydney player. Heratuku's just done a marvellous job to pick that up. Blind pass, Shannon Gallant coming off his hip. And just the pace of Shannon Gallant there has outstretched the number 9 there in
Jamie Simpson.
Ball back across, and a great try then to Shannon Gallant, but well set up from Heratuku.
Yeah, indeed. So Laurie throwing a speculator could easily have been picked up by North Sydney. And there's the kick from Gallant. It is straight between the posts. 12-0 to the Magpies. The Bears shell-shocked here at Bear Park.
Been a great start to the Maggies, and we saw them come from behind a couple of weeks ago to beat the Balmain Tigers as well.
Here's Dane Laurie. Back he comes, confronted by Simpson and David Tyrrell. Now the winger, Todd Levinskas.
Yeah, Mick Levinskas' son, famous Western Suburbs name, but Mick's a second rower and he's got the young bloke on the wing. It's just quite amazing for him.
Here's Scandalis, now the veteran, had support trailing through on his inside. Waters has sighted a gap. He splits them. North Sydney went to sleep there. Inside ball now to Dane Laurie. Laurie surging to the try line, popped the pass to the 5'8", Heratuku. It's been called back.
Once again, Nathan Waters has just split them, found some dummy halves, and North Sydney have really got to tighten up around the ruck.
Our highlights continue. 12-0 in favour of the Magpies. Almost 22 gone in the first half. North Sydney working it out from their own end. Beau Falloon at acting half. Away this time to Scott Geddes. Was possibly the unluckiest player in the NRL for a few seasons. severe pectoral injury and 2 knee reconstructions, if memory serves me correctly.
He's had a terrible time with injuries, you said, David. A boom youngster from Moss Vale, went to Parramatta and then via St George to South Sydney.
Spot on. Here's Garrett Crossman, new signing for the Rabbitohs, playing New South Wales Cup. Beau Falloon got the call for the clearing kick from Jared Hogan and bounces once, picked up cleanly by Shannon Gallant, who in turn offloads to Todd Labinskas, who goes for a run downfield about 10 metres. Ample defence there though. Bladen Baird in jumper 4, as well as David Tyrrell. Now the short side comes New Akarippa. Last time we saw him play against the Balmain Ride Tigers at Birchgrove Oval a fortnight ago, he dead set tore them apart. Here's Scandalis. Tackled by Crossman.
He looks like he's really enjoying himself, John Scandalis, out there at this stage.
You can see him running around. Here at Tuku. Well tackled around the legs by Tyrrell. Waters, a messy play the ball. They're going to get a penalty, the Magpies. So the tap restart from Waters onto New Akarippa. Tackled by David Tyrrell again. He's got through a mountain of defence, his second rower. For the Bears, Garrett Crossman also involved. Scandalis, dummied, propped, then decided to go.
Laurie and Risco.
Tackled by Beau Falloon in 16. Dane Laurie playing in front of the line to Dunley. This is Gallant on the outside to this man in jumper 4, Josh Davis. We tipped he'd have a big one, and he is. Try time, 16-0, kick to come.
Shannon Gallant has been in everything today, and this again, if you look at this on the replay, just a basic movement out here. Dane Laurie a ball in behind. Dean Risco uses the decoy runner there through the hands of Dunley. Just watch Gallant here. He just double pumps, little dummy, and just holds that pass up beautifully to make sure that the number 3 from North Sydney, Bo Champion, was taken in. Josh Davis, impossible to stop from that distance in the line.
Here's Gallant. He's been successful with a couple already. This a metre in from the eastern touch line. There's no breeze to speak of at Bear Park this afternoon. There's the angle he's working with. It's a couple of metres to the right of the posts. So after 25.5 minutes, 16-0 to Western Suburbs. And the Bears have just not gotten the answers at the present time as the veteran Scandalis comes back and loses the ball. So here's a chance for North Sydney. Can they convert this to points?
Really need to. We've got 15 minutes, 14 minutes to half-time. They really need to get on the scoreboard here and put some pressure on the Western Suburbs defence.
Here's the skipper, Sean Dalton. CEO Greg Florimo from the Bears asked me to acknowledge their major sponsor, North Sydney Leagues Club, and all the other corporate partners involved in the Bears New South Wales Cup campaign. As Tyrrell plays it a metre out. The crowd trying to get their side over the line. That was Simpson having a crack. He's been held up and gets a penalty.
I don't think the markers were squared there, David. I'm sure. Yeah, I think that's what he's ruling. Their markers weren't squared. Half a metre from the line. It just surprised me.
Here's Garrett Crossman driving toward the line. 4 Magpies standing in front of him. It'll be Falloon at acting half. He's got Geddes there. Gives Geddes a miss. Terrible pass that comes back to Jamie Simpson. He had no choice but to pin his ears back. Confronted by a few Magpies defenders centre field. Falloon out now through the hands of Hogan. This is Greenfield. He'll be dangerous on the edges. Dunley sliding. Gives a hand to Josh Davis to put him down. Now Geddes. Straight as always. Tackled easily. A couple of metres out from the Magpies try line. Can they get one, North Sydney? Simpson, here's Samu Warra. He's generally pretty dangerous. That'll be a try to Bladen Baird. The Bears are in for the first time today.
It's good work from Samu Warra, and that's, if you remember last year, Dave, cast your mind back, he was outstanding for the Bears at that stage. You watch here now, North Sydney up until this tackle had not been offering anything in bodies in motion. There was no questions being asked of the Western Suburbs defence. Now they've got to make a decision here. Charlie Heratuku just was flat-footed. Number 3 there, and Reece Pritchard came in to give some assistance to Charlie, but all too late. Warra's put a great ball on for that try.
Magpies had some numbers sliding in defence, but they couldn't stop it. So the bearded Reece Robinson, couple of metres in from the western touch line. He struck it okay. It's on its way, but misses. Just skewed away at the last moment. 28:45 gone in this first half. 16-4 the scoreline. Magpies in advance of the Bears. Scott Geddes. And here comes a host of Rabbitohs players doing battle in the red and black of North Sydney this afternoon. Must be challenging some of these joint ventures in the New South Wales Cup to settle on combinations. North Sydney coach Wayne Lampkin wouldn't really know what troops he's going to have till Tuesday.
You're probably right. Dave, you've been through it as a chief executive. Most clubs don't know really their reserve grade makeup until the first grade coach is selected. It's probably where the joint ventures with different venues that the problem lies, and that's where you have to have that communication. And, I know when I was at Penrith we did it with St Mary's and with Windsor. It was just a communication process. The reserve grade's the hardest thing in the world. The New South Wales Cup, as we call it, is the hardest thing in the world to coach.
Crossman, Falloon, dummy to Tyrrell. Here's Greenfield. Oh, great tackle. Gallant came across and decked him. Spectacular. I thought Greenfield was in for all money. The big back row was stretching out. Tyrrell, hard and straight. He's been a willing worker. The 12 this afternoon. Scandalis wrapped him up. What way do they go? To the open side? Oh, problem there for Jared Hogan. It's play on it, went backwards, and rightly so the call. Sean Dalton kicked through. There to take it, Shannon Gallant, but tackled just outside his in-goal area. Good job.
Just void of ideas there, though, David, weren't they? I mean, it was just basic football, as you said. Even on that try they did score earlier, it was just plenty of numbers there from West. It was just one man misses a tackle. I think North Sydney have got to offer a little bit more in attack.
Josh Davis working with Waters, with trickery at dummy half. Looking at the Magpies bench briefly. Now down the short side again is Reece Pritchard having a go. Across from the right centre position, now playing in jumper 20 is Alfred Beetham for the Magpies, and this has been an excellent set. They have really gone downfield off the back of quick play the balls and good play in general. Samu Warra watches that go dead in goal. So out to the 20 for the restart. This is Chris Trembath in 15.
Yeah, that was a great set of 6 from the west side, and it was all about the speed of the play, the ball, speed of the ruck, and numbers going at the line, and that's what North Sydney need to emulate to get back on top of this game.
Jamie Simpson to play it after receiving the pass from Greenfield. Down the short side they come. This is Tyrrell. Look for support briefly. Magpies defence was there in numbers. Justin Coveney for 1. He was working with Fayoto Asa in jumper number 19, now on the field for the Maggies. In 15 is Chris Trembath, as I've said. Falloon. So now playing the game in Western Suburbs territory are the Bears. Sean Dalton, the skipper. Bo Champion. We've not seen Champion in space at all today thus far. There's a kick over the top from Simpson. It's contested in the air, but Lebinskas has it.
Did very, very well there, Todd Lebinskas, to take that one-on-one and come down with a football. And it was a good nearly a one-on-one strip there also from Bladen Beard that didn't come off from
Pritchard rather taken to ground and a bear-hugging tackle from Crossman. Oh, there's a mistake. Mistake by Andrew Everingham. Got the first try of the day. So Bears loose and feed. They'll go on the attack with decent field position. Simpson needing to, or wanting to create an opportunity for his side. Was tackled easily by Vleekie, and another. Garrett Crossman looked to his left, stepped, went straight ahead. 3 Magpies there, leading the way. Vleekie in jumper 21. Falloon. Now this is Hogan, tries to take them on. Waters closed in defence. New Akarippa lending a hand. Penalty to the Bears.
He's been waiting for that. Just laid on him too long then, Nathan Waters. Referee's been very patient the previous 2 rucks and gave it up.
Trembath very close to scoring as he got it down. No. He'll go back and be asked to play. Falloon, Hogan, show and go, and then found Samu Warra. Champion couldn't handle. Ricochets and comes back to him. He's hard to stop, Bo Champion, big lad. Robinson, the lock forward is Dalton. He has a crack, confronted by Alfred Beetham. And Asa in jumper 19. The Bears looking for try number 2. Simpson to the open side. Greenfield now onto the chest of the earlier try scorer, Bladen Baird. And the Magpies drive him back, led by Reece Pritchard. Across. Now to the second rower, David Tyrrell. Not sure he was the intended receiver. He was standing a bit flat-footed too.
Here comes Falloon. Will he get it down? Yes. Gee, it was pretty easy in the end. There looked to be enough numbers there, but nobody stuck at it.
Constant pressure there from North Sydney. Not a lot of bodies in motion. You can see a quick play of the ball. Marker's a little bit slow. Defenders going backwards. Gave him the opportunity to go forward. Still had to do a little bit of work across the line and did a very, very good job to put that ball over the line for the North Sydney side just on half-time as well.
You can see the pain on the face here of Nathan Waters, Western Suburbs hooker, that rolled an ankle in that confrontation. So here's Robinson. It's easy for him. Flags in the air. That's better. 16-10 just before the break.
Good one. That's put North Sydney way back in the game. Probably not deserve it at this stage. They've been down there twice and have fumbled around to score a try. But well done to the Bears for that consistency in the last 10 minutes.
Certainly Western Suburbs blew them away earlier in the contest. Here's Trembath. Centre field. Samu Warra. Away to Mick Greenfield. Running with plenty of purpose today. Be desperate to get back into first grade. Good atmosphere here. Sage plays it. Falloon, Simpson onto the chest of David Tyrrell. Gained about 7 metres. Getting across in defence was Beetham in 20. And you can see he's hung in there a little long. The referee had called earlier. Held several seconds earlier, rather. Falloon away to David Tyrrell. Doesn't matter how many people are here, Pete, there's always atmosphere at Bear Park.
It's a lovely little ground, David, and 2 foundation clubs as well playing in this match.
Oh.
Great hit there by the number 20 in Alfred Beetham.
On Daniel Sage's play on the second phase. Greenfield stepping like a winger. Through a little flick pass that's been intercepted. Now it's play on. It comes back to the Bears as David Tyrrell prepares to play it. Some razzle-dazzle from Greenfield on that occasion. Open side. This is Hogan stepping. Play on. It comes back to Simpson. He fakes the kick. Decides to run. And Western Suburbs under a host of pressure here from the Bears, who are looking back to get back to 16 all. That's Falloon. Stumbles. Couple of blades of grass short of the line. Simpson goes the short side to Greenfield. Too easy. Greenfield crashes over. The defence kept sliding. 16-14 kick to come. This is some comeback.
It sure is, David, and at 16 all, the possibility of 16 all. Just watch here. Men have gone past the football here. You see the number 19, Fader Asa, has just gone past the ball, left too many men there on the inside to be covered. Greenfields is not going to be stopped from that distance in the line. Leo Epifani is not going to be very happy with that goal line defence.
No, and Akarippa couldn't make his tackle stick on Greenfield either. Robinson has missed it. Would you believe it? Right at half-time, 16-14. It's going to be an interesting game in the second half. It was all the Magpies in the first 20 and all the Bears in the second 20. We'll recap the score for you here at North Sydney Oval. At the break, tries to Everingham, Gallant and Davis. Gallant 2 from 3 with the boot. Whilst for North Sydney tries to Baird, Falloon and Greenfield. Robinson 1 from 3. A break and back with more. Welcome back to North Sydney Oval. Magpies leading 16-14 at half-time. And here's the first half highlights with Peter.
Yeah, look, it's all been in the back of this little hooker, Nathan Waters. You can see there a couple of breaks. They've made a little short side play there that put Everingham in for his first try. Good work here from Dane Laurie just to get a speculator away. Charlie Hiratuku, just a blind pass to Shannon Gallant. Great speed here from Gallant. Little step at the end of it. Beat Jamie Simpson over for the second try for the Maggies. We'll see again here. Just a ball out the back. Once again, little Gallant has done a marvellous job there. Just hold that pass up for Josh Davis, put him in the hole. North Sydney had their little bit of a resurgence here. First time they've gone to the line with bodies in motion. You can see there, Samu Warra has put the number 4 Blake Baird over for that try. Little one out of dummy half here to the number 16 in Beau Falloon. The good work earlier from Greenfields, and you see Greenfields here himself put that try on with that little step as the Western Suburbs side was sliding off their own defensive line. I think there's still a little bit of work to do for the Bears here. I still think Western Suburbs have actually played the better football in the first half. Be interesting to see how they come out this half.
We just joined our coverage. Magpies, black and white strip from the southern end. They defend in the second half. The clash of 2 foundation clubs at a wonderful traditional venue. A lot of history here at Bear Park. And I'm talking about a lot more than just the famous old fig tree. at the northern end. Here's New Akarippa. Tackled by Chris Trembeth and Michael Greenfield, who picked up a try towards the end of that first half. He's looked dangerous, Greenfield, whenever he's touched. Here's Waters. Looked like he might have been injured just prior to the break. Splitting them wide open is Shannon Gallant. He's got support too. Got the pass away to Justin Coveney. Jamie Simpson, though, wrapped him up in jumper 9 for North Sydney. Now the 20 is Alfred Beetham. He's big and strong. Throws his frame at the line on what was the last tackle. That's turnover. Good defence, North Sydney.
Yeah, good defence from the Bears, but great football from the West Magpies at that stage.
So highlights continue in this round 4 New South Wales Cup game. You can see the scoreline. Game is delicately poised. Chris Trembeth for the Bears, about 9 metres on his own side of halfway. Michael Greenfield goes to the bench for a rest. Bladen Baird, who scored North Sydney's first try this afternoon, that's him in possession. Plays it back to Beau Falloon. Then from Hogan, across to the skipper, Sean Dalton. Dalton wrapped up by Corey Vleeke. Also there in defence was Wade Dunley. Short side. That's been pretty much their strategy all day. Here's a chance for Reece Robinson. The kick was a beauty off the boot of Beau Champion, and they lose possession after such a promising raid.
Good football, very enterprising football on the short side. Drew the defensive line up, and just unfortunate at the end of it that the bounce didn't come the way they wanted. Pass wasn't where it needed to go.
There was good communication between centre Champion and Winger Robinson. Now away from Waters. And Vleeke, I think it is, in 21, trying to get to his feet. It was. And now this most impressive Josh Davis. Geez, a man mountain. Hard to stop, tackled right on the halfway stripe. Waters away to Johnny Scandalis. Threw it out the back, play on it, comes back to Dunley. Now this is Shannon Gallant, who's a speed machine when he explodes into the clear. You see Robinson come across there. I thought it was almost a second effort in that tackle. Now the kick in field off the boot of Waters. Dane Laurie was the only one running through. Possibly the only one that knew anything about the kick. So North Sydney now in the centre of the field after the play. The ball was affected by Samu Warra. Now this is Brett Blaker, former entrance Tiger. Now into the action and jumping up at 20. Also on the field is Matt Hunt in 18, who just played it. Son of former Parramatta and Origin, New South Wales Origin player Neil Hunt. Beau Falloon. Hogan. Now this is Simpson playing at second receiver. He's through Jamie Simpson. How much pace has he got? Oh, got around the fullback easily. He must have funnel webs on him. No one wants to tackle him. He's still going. Now the ball pops out. Will that be a strip? Reece Pritchard came away with it. So highlights continue now. Scrum feed. Loosen feed to North Sydney. Here they come, the Bears. Samu Warra thought about getting around his man. Wasn't going to happen, so he came back to the inside. Hiratuku got him. Simpson, he's been everywhere in jumper 9, hasn't he? Number 20 is Brett Blaker.
Good player, Jamie Simpson, out of the Brisbane Broncos, and the Rabbits picked him up. He's a very, very talented player.
Daniel Sage, tackled by the 18, Ray Nasso, who's now into the action for Western Suburbs, playing the dummy half role. Hogan, he got the pass away to Sean Dalton. Nathan Waters was there, and 2 others, including Corey Vleeke. Open side they come. Stretching it. This is Blaker in jumper number 20. Wide running back rower. Falloon. They continue to go down to that southeastern corner. Gallant has it, but he's in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, good football there. Out of dummy half, young Beau Falloon just put that kick in here. And you could, was Jamie Simpson, I think it was. Yes, Jamie Simpson's just brought the defensive line up. They had to stand still to see what he was doing. It was a good kick, good pressure on from the chase as well.
Chris McQueen for North Sydney in jumper 2. Was the first man to arrive. So the goal line dropout, 50 metres on the fly, taken by Daniel Sage. Back he comes, tackled by Rysco, and also there was Nasso and Dane Laurie. Across from Hunt to Scott Geddes. Geddes goes 4 metres forward, confronted by John Scandalis and New Akarippa. Now in the 18 it's Matt Hunt. playing more of a running role than his traditional hooking role. Falloon's still out there, obviously. The latter will spend most of his time at acting half. Open side come the Bears. Samu Warra makes a mistake. I thought he was entitled to catch that, Pete.
Yeah, simple pass onto his chest then too. Should have been taken that one.
Highlights continue, 16-14 in favour of the Magpies. The visitors have led the game from the outset. Brysko in 13 goes forward. Oh, upended.
Right on the edge of that cricket pitch too, David. I'll tell you what, it's not a welcoming sight, that one coming up at you.
Here's Big Laurie winding up those massive legs. Had a troubled off-season. Spent a bit of time in rehab with the West Tigers. The day that we visited the club for the Rugby League summertime program, he spent about 2 hours on the bike that day. Didn't do very much more.
Just needs to find some game time, I think, Dane Laurie. He's a talented man, and he's certainly going to be at the end of the season when they need him. I think the Tigers will be using him.
He's a bit of a personality in the game too, isn't he?
Yep.
His giant frame. Now this is Chris McQueen. He's had 0 opportunities for North Sydney this afternoon. Samu Warra. He turns his back and barges upfield just a few metres. Pritchard the tackler. Here's McQueen again. He's desperate to get his hands on the football. Not often you see a winger take 2 hit-ups in a set, but he just wants to get involved. Here's Geddes. Nuaka Ripper crashes him to the turf. It's Hunt at acting half. Now Blaker. Hogan. This is the skipper now, Sean Dalton. Ball out the back. It's play on. Kick through by Andrew Everingham. Maybe a chance here for Western Suburbs. The ball turned left on him, though. Robinson got it. Referee blows the whistle. Not sure about that decision. And now time off. Sinby. It was probably for Robinson grabbing Everingham when they were contesting the chase.
Yeah, he just signalled then, David, about the mouth. Now, I think the guy that got sent to the bin for the 10 minutes was mouthing off, but you're right about the chase. Someone's obstructed someone in that chase.
Corey Leakey now in 21. They're getting close to the Bears try line. They haven't really been down here too much in the second half. Scandalis. Hit by Scott Geddes right in front of the sticks. Nasso, Waters at first receiver, now to Heratuku. And the defence up quickly on him. Well, of course, he played for the Bears last year, so they know how good his footwork is. You've got to get up in his face. Across. This is the centre. Davis, geez, a good player. He's a good player, this boy. Just makes it look easy. Another try to Western Suburbs, and that's his second of the day.
He is a man mountain, as you say, legs on him like tree trunks. And once again here, you said too, Dave, this is really the first time the Magpies have visited the line in this half with any sort of consistency, any sort of payback time here now. You watch it here again, but the North Sydney defence just hanging off. Centre there, and Bo Champions read the pass, left at the portal number 17 there, and Jared Hogan, who was never going to stop Josh Davis one-on-one that close to the line, the little halfback.
Gallant has been successful with 2 kicks thus far today. Not an easy one, and that is a Barry Crocker by his standards. 2014. So just short of 19 minutes gone in this second half. The game is still anybody's. Floodlights on now here at North Sydney Oval. And this is the 12 Nuaka Ripper. Hasn't been able to get himself into space today like we saw him achieve against the Balmain Ride Tigers a fortnight ago, where he dead set ripped them apart at every touch.
I think the North Sydney side's a little bit tighter in that ruck at the moment than Balmain were at that stage of the game for Nuaka Ripper, but I reckon as they get tired, and if he's still on the park, there could be trouble for the Bears with him.
Here's a bust being made by Shannon Gallant. He's got support on the inside too. It's big Dane Laurie, the imposing figure here, strides downfield and plants the ball beneath the post with Jamie Simpson clinging to his shorts.
Yeah, have a look at it here again. He was clinging too. Yeah, have a look at it here again. The 2 most influential men in the west side today have been Shannon Gallant and Nathan Waters. Watch who combine here. The little hooker has just gone wide. Saw the hole back up the middle there as the 13 has come across. Shannon Gallant into the hole. Look at big Dane Laurie, those big long legs of his. Not a problem there. Samuel Warra didn't know which one to take. Took the man with the ball as a good fullback should do. Dane Laurie open up there. Jamie Simpson coming at long last to try and get his hand on the football. No luck there.
Simpson has been North Sydney's best without a doubt. So well done to Dane Laurie.
And this bloke and Nathan Waters, Shannon Gallant, Nathan Waters for the Magpies have been outstanding.
Yeah, Waters, good piece of ball playing there. He's got lots in his bag of tricks, hasn't he? Back underway, 26-14 now to Western Suburbs. Kick filled by Hiratuku, one-handed offload to Dane Laurie. Gives Simpson a thump as he comes back. Was wrapped up by Tyrrell though. New Akarippa. Tackled by Matt Hunt. And also Scott Geddes. Here's Ray Nasso. Now we see the ball in the hands of Dean Rysco, the lock forward. Pretty good performance by Western Suburbs. It's like they've just lifted a gear in this second half as required. Once again we see Josh Davis running riot. He's away, support on the inside. Lovely work by Western Suburbs. Unfortunately, the last pass has gone to ground. It comes back to Davis and then to Waters, but that won't be a try. Such promising lead-up work, Peter.
It's just the one pass at the end that put it all astray. But again, you look at it as a replay here. Bodies in motion once again. You can see that the defensive line here just caught in numbers more than anything else. Josh Davis, how strong is he? Watch him here now. He's got the big right-hand fend, just goes out, keeps knocking him away. Good defence there from Jared Hogan. He made him make that pass. Everingham backing up the middle off Shannon Gallant. Quick thinking from Shannon Gallant. But unfortunately, Everingham's pass just went astray on the way back in. Still, the man backing up here, Josh Davis, once again, stayed alive, kept himself alive. Just unlucky their ball was knocked on.
Brett Blaker made the tackle in cover.
He did well, Blaker, then to basically knock that ball out of Josh Davis's hands.
So 22 and a bit minutes gone now, 26-14 in favour of the visitors. Chris McQueen off the left wing comes in for a touch. New Akarippa sandwiched him. Now from Hunt away to Michael Greenfield. Greenfield was closed out quickly there. Now Geddes. Rampaging run up the centre of the ruck. Tackled by Laurie and another. This is Garrett Crossman. Offload to Jamie Simpson. Had to stop, drop, pick it up. Blako makes a meal of it. The ball was on the deck. The ball like AFL at the moment.
Let's go.
Bo Champion was looking for the ball as well. So West loose and feed. Here's Akarippa stepping. Good defence again by David Tyrrell. Unsung hero. The man in the jumper 12 for North Sydney today. Must be topping the tackle count. Scandalis. What a player he's been. The Warrior. Plays at 5 metres out from the North Sydney line. Now Waters. This is the centre, Reece Pritchard. North Sydney defence there to close him out, however. He's a metre out. Nasso. Bullet pass to Waters at first receiver. Here's Bleaky in jumper 21. He got away from the would-be tackle of Jared Hogan. He's still going through the ball to nowhere. And North Sydney come up with it fortuitously for them.
Yeah, Shannon Gallant probably could have pushed a little bit closer to Corey Velicki then, because he was looking all the time to get rid of that pass, and it was on, but Gallant just stood back that little bit too far for that pass.
Champion to Greenfield. Champion was looking for the run around, but Greenfield put the head down. Here's Champion. Now from Simpson out to the second rower, David Tyrrell, who had Blade and Baird there, decided not to use him. And as you can see, he's driven back comprehensively in that tackle. Almost 25 minutes gone now, second half. Scott Geddes, not sure he was expecting it. Made the most of it once he got it, Pete.
Yeah, they just need to go back to basic go-forward football out of their own end. They're just working sideline to sideline. Their big forwards are being knocked over on inside tackles from the West Magpies. North Sydney really need to just go back to their basic footy.
Andrew Everingham's lost it after what looked to be a promising run in broken play. This will be Scott Geddes playing it right on the halfway line. That's exactly what North Sydney need. A bit of luck and a bit of field position. Chris McQueen dangerously close to the eastern touchline. Baird, now Greenfield, got away from the tackle of Rysco. He's mobile for a big boy as Greenfield. Got the legs pumping.
He did very well then, David, didn't he, off a standing start?
Here's Hunt down the short side, takes them on. Big Finn too on Josh Davis. A massive don't argue on the centre. Now from Baird, the 10 is Garrett Crossman. He's always looking for an offload. There was nothing doing there. Had Nuaka clinging to him. Hunt. This is Greenfield, can offload, does so again, out the back door. This is Simpson, got speed, put the head down, throws the ball, it's on the ground, it's play on for North Sydney. This is the half-back Hogan. He's driven back and Waters is hurt in that tackle, as you can see. Grimacing in pain, the Western Suburbs number 9. So North Sydney keep the pressure on, a little kick through by Bo Champion. It was fielded on the full by Gallant brilliantly.
Well read, Shannon Gallant then, just defending one wide on the ruck on his own line. It was a great catch there. Got to give credit to him where he's just staying alive the whole time, Gallant.
The Champions kicked the right option.
No, it wasn't.
Everyhand coming back for Western Suburbs. In his junior football days, Champion played a lot of 6 and he's got a pretty reasonable kicking game. But we thought he could weave a bit of magic on that occasion. It didn't come off. Not sure the communication was there with his chasers anyway. Scandalous, Mr. 110%. Has he ever taken a backward step?
That's good. He's a great player. Yeah, all these Maggie supporters that are out here are always out to see Scando. He's just an institution at Campbelltown.
Lubinskas, kick over the top, no pressure for North Sydney at all. A watchful Chris McQueen brings it back. Not sure about that option either, to be honest. This is Reece Robinson, tackled by Nasso. And Lubinskas doing some work in defence. No, it wasn't Lubinskas, sorry, it's Reece Pritchard, the right centre. And yeah, they laid on him too long. Penalty to the Bears.
That's a pretty good call there from the referee. He's been patient with him.
Greenfield away to Geddes. The first grade appearances between those two. Falloon back on the field. Hunt at first receiver. Simpson. Bo Champion took them on. Dane Laurie there. Champion unable to get himself in the open today at all. Brett Blaker gained 5 metres. Western Suburbs are really handling them easily at the moment. Not a lot of variation in the Bears' attack. Now they go to the open side. The pass goes behind 3 players. McQueen forced to go back. They lost a couple of metres in that movement. Reece Pritchard is the tackler along with Charlie Hiratuku. Baird takes off from dummy half. Thought there was space. Akarippa got him. Here's McQueen. Now Greenfield, the short pass. He's already got a try. Looking for number 2. He's over. And West is going to award that try. Greenfield gets a double.
Deserves it, Michael Greenfield too, but that's poor defence. Once again, we're seeing it creeping into the Western Suburbs at this back end of the second half, as it did in the back end of the first half. Greenfield's here is entitled to be tackled. He's got 2 men on him. Third man comes in. Shannon Gillan's only a little bloke, but great strength then from Greenfields, but poor defence from the west side.
Robinson looking for his second success with the boot today. About 10 minutes remaining in this game. And unsuccessful the attempt. It's 26-18 in favour of Western Suburbs, who look to me as though they can go up a gear when needed to.
They can, Dave, but I just worry that they let North Sydney get a roll on and they'll be in trouble again. There's a lot of experience in North's forwards with Crossman, Geddes, as you say, this fella here, Greenfields. And I think if they give North a sniff now, they could be in all trouble holding them back.
Here's Geddes. His typical robust charge takes 3 of them on. You look at the Magpies bench in the meantime. Falloon to Greenfield. Oh, the contact and the tackle sees the ball fly out. Alfred Beetham being patted on the back by his Magpies teammates.
Difference in that tackle, Dave. He skipped into that tackle looking, I believe, for the offload. It was a loose carry.
Hiratuku. He cuts them wide open. He's got support looming on the inside. He won't need Gallant. We've talked about his footwork and his speed on this program several times before. And Hiratuku shows his class.
Yep, just a straight out one-on-one miss. We can have a look at this from this scrum. Puts Western Suburbs, I believe, in an unassailable position here now. I don't think North Sydney can come back from this. Poor defence, just one-on-one. Hiratuku, as you say, very, very talented little player, but just stood the man up. Not quite sure who that was. 20.
Brett Blaker, perhaps.
Was it Brett Blaker? Yeah, just stood Brett Blaker up, and you can't give him half a yard because he is very, very quick. Formerly of Mount Pritchard, and as I mentioned earlier in the call, he did run around with North Sydney colours last year before signing with West for 2009. The kick successful, 32-18.
I think he
played up at Erina too at some stage here at Tuku.
I don't recall him playing for Erina. So this game you'd have to think is over. They go for the shorter kick-off this time, and it's been thumped back infield by Reece Robinson. He comes back to Matthew Hunt in jumper 18. Here's Blaker. Now Garrett Crossman. The shoulder of John Scandalis was waiting. Good help from Josh Davis, who had him around the legs. Falloon across from Hunt, and now to Simpson on the run around. It's Mick Greenfield. He decides to prop and go, takes them on. Now the ball back to Hunt. Some second phase from Michael Greenfield. Western Suburbs in control of this game. Scott Geddes goes to 9 metres out from the Western Suburbs line. Bo Falloon, Garrett Crossman, Jamie Simpson across to the open they come. This is Bo Champion, one of his limited opportunities today. He's got it down, Champion. That'll be a try. And the scoreline looks a little better if you're a Bears supporter now. 32-22, kick to come.
Yeah, I don't think Leo Epifani is going to be all that happy with this again. This online defence here, close in. Nothing showing really here from the North Sydney side. A couple of double pumps from Jamie Simpson. Josh Davis had this covered for all money. Bo Champion quite strong. Kept his momentum going as Josh Davis has rolled him around. Just used his own momentum and Davis's momentum to place that ball over the line. Not great defence from Josh in that circumstance.
And Bo attempts to convert his own try from wide out. It's across the face of goal. There are 5 minutes left here. Back underway. A bit of footwork there from Brett Blaker, some soccer skills. This is really ducked too. He had Laurie screaming through. He flew across the top of him. Garrett Crossman almost overran that pass. Had to reach back at full tilt. On next week's New South Wales Cup, we take you to Wyong on the New South Wales Central Coast. The home team, the Central Coast Storm, hosting the Cronulla Sharks. Join us next Wednesday, same time, for highlights of that round 5 New South Wales Cup game. Falloon, Samu Warra. North Sydney not done with yet. A very promising set building here for them. In the centre of the field, it's Falloon. About 15 metres out from the line is Jamie Simpson. Pops the ball out the back. Michael Greenfield picks it up on the half volley. Runs across field, an arcing like run. A ball over to Bo Champion. Referee's whistle has sounded.
Yeah, touch judge called a knock on there early in that movement.
Don't risk it. 11, quiet.
So Western Suburbs now in possession, 10, 12 metres out from their line. John Scandalis to play it. How many times have we called that today? Has been a typical 110% effort from the veteran. Nuaka to play it now after being tackled by David Tyrrell. The right centre in possession, Reece Pritchard. Here at Tuku. A good charge here by Alfred Beetham. He's been really strong whenever he's been involved off the bench. Now the centre again, Reece Pritchard running hard and straight. North Sydney players led by Simpson, Falloon and Garrett Crossman doing the tackling. Now Waters playing a first receiver's role for the majority of the second half since Nasso came into the fold. He moved himself out of dummy half and he's been effective in that role, Pete, the 9.
He's very good. He's a talented boy. As you can see now, the break here made by Reece Robinson.
Robinson explodes into open pasture. Akarepa coming out in the back rower. Can he get him? Robinson evades him and did beautifully to do that. Gallant got him. North Sydney still in possession. This is Bladen Baird. Now it's Chris McQueen. He goes for the corner. Rysco got him, as well as Todd Levinskas. Gee, I thought they were going to score for sure there. Good job, New Akarippa. Chasing down the faster man. Or you'd think the faster man, positionally speaking. So North Sydney in possession. Very late in this game. Brett Blaker puts it on the boot. This might be a try to North Sydney. No. Coming up with it, Josh Davis for the Magpies. No advantage, says the referee.
Samuel Warra had that in his hands, and unfortunately you can see this kick is a very, very good little kick here from Brett Blaker. Just dropped it onto his toe, didn't follow through. All but put that down, Samuel Warra.
10.
Little lucky there for Western Suburbs. As you look at that replay, so the Magpies will take what should be their final set of the game. Minute 20 remaining on the clock. We'll show you all the scores from other games, as well as the results and competition ladders in the Bundaberg Red Cup as well. As we now see defence being turned into attack. Samu Wara in possession for the Bears. Scott Geddes at acting half. A Garrett Crossman, he sights a gap and strolls through. Got the pass back, and that was not necessary. Alfred Beetham said, "Thank you, sir."
Yeah, just didn't need to unload there, Garrett. And, I think he may have had a call too and just couldn't see and just pop one back out.
Fayatoa Asa now in possession for the Magpies. Nasso, he's done his job in this game, coming into the action off the bench in jumper 18. Hiratuku, Rysco, David Tyrrell drops his left shoulder in. Laker was also there. Hiratuku again at acting half. The 20 is Beetham. He's been strong. Nuakaripa now in possession. We're about 15 seconds out from full time. Pass fired towards Charlie Hiratuku. The kick is high. There's a big chase happening here. It's Everingham. He gets one right on full time. A beautiful leap and took it out of the Bears' hands.
See here the North Sydney side just I suppose, gone from one end of the field to the other here, but you've got to give West credit. They just kept themselves alive, kept firing right to the end of this half, which is going to please Leo Epifania because they faded a little bit at the end of the other half, the first half. Great kick here from Hiratuku. Plenty of time for Everingham. Samuwara just didn't have to lead the ground. All the momentum was with Everingham there. Good try to him, thoroughly deserved.
Yeah, full credit to the winger. He certainly chased with urgency. Yep. Won the contest. So Gallant looking for goal number 5 today. It is full time here at North Sydney Oval. He misses. 36 points to 22. So Western Suburbs, their pearl of a season continues as we recap the score summary. In total, 7 tries to Western Suburbs. Everingham and Davis got 2 apiece. Gallant handy with the boot for the Bears. Baird, Falloon, Greenfield and Champion, the try scorers.
Nathan, it was a pretty scrappy game overall. How did you think Western Suburbs played?
Yeah, it was scrappy, mate. We've been like that for most of the year. Find ourselves in ugly positions, but we've just been able to fight our way out of them. So we've been lucky, but we've got plenty to work on if we want to compete in the season throughout the year.
Your North Sydney are a tough opposition. I think your forwards really stuck it to them. Your forward pack obviously impressed you as well?
Yeah, mate, they've got a solid forward pack with a lot of experience. We knew it would be hard, but our forwards have been doing a pretty good job for us for most of the year. So once we get a bit more fluency off the back of that, I think we could be all right.
You yourself have moved to hooker this year. How have you found that?
Yeah, not too bad. I've been struggling to get through the 80, but starting to find a bit of rhythm. So
good luck for the rest of the year.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for that.
Yeah, good game today, Nathan Waters. Now time to look at some highlights of the Bundaberg Red Cup clash between Chester Hill and the Campbelltown Eagles, played at Terry Lamb Reserve on the weekend.
Yeah, and you know, Chester Hill looking for their first win of the season. The Eagles have done very, very well since they've come into the Bundy Cup, and you find here the Bulldogs have got a couple of their young under-20s players that have actually gone back to start playing at Chester Hill too, under the guidance of Buck Rogers. If you remember Buck from the Canberra Raiders days, great coach Buck Rogers with young blokes, and we hope that he can impart some knowledge into some of our young under-20s.
Yep, Chester Hill they're relative newcomers really to this competition, as are Campbelltown. It's only Campbelltown's second season. I think Chester Hill's third. So both clubs still finding their feet, and you can see a try here against the run of play to Chester Hill, getting across in the corner. They've certainly got a reasonable fan base, the Chester Hill side. They get a decent crowd down there at Terry Lamb Reserve. So let's now recap the results of the Bundaberg Red Cup in round 4. Campbelltown 36, Chester Hill 16. Penrith too good for Mounties. Southern Districts defeating Cabramatta, and the Bankstown Bulls 46. Big winners over the WA Reds, Pete.
And if you look at the table there, as we said, Chester Hill still to come up. The Reds are struggling a little bit this year, but they'll get some home games soon. The Bulls, Cabramatta, Penrith Brothers going very well, and Mounties on top with 6 points.
We'll have a look now at the matches on this weekend in round 5. On Friday, Chester Hill v Bankstown, Cabramatta and Mounties on Saturday, likewise Campbelltown and Wentworthville. Likewise Saturday, the WA Reds and Windsor Wolves, and on Sunday, Penrith in action.
And you have a look at the New South Wales Cup, the Storm over Newtown, which is a big win for them. Auckland over Shell Harbour. Balmain Ride continue their way over the top of the Bankstown Bulls. Western Suburbs, as we just saw, defeated North Sydney. Have a look at the table. West's on top. Great job there to the Maggies. Newtown still to score a win this season, which is probably out of character for them. And the rest is fairly tightly contested, but Leo Pafani has got Western Suburbs going very, very well. Next week's game, Central Coast Storm on Saturday against the Sharks. Western Suburbs versus Shell Harbour down at Campbelltown Stadium. On Sunday, the North Sydney Bears versus Wendy back at North Sydney Oval. And on the following Saturday, Auckland Vulcans versus the Jets. Join us next week, April 15th, Fox Sports 2 for Central Coast Storm versus the Cronulla Sharks, 5 o'clock. See you there.
Thanks for that, Pete. So here at North Sydney Oval, Western Suburbs, too good for North Sydney. We look forward to your company in the same time slot next week. But able to take his place in the starting lineup. Here at Tuku, nice pass away to Josh Davis. He's got support inside in the shape of Andrew Everingham. After being tackled by Beau Falloon. Now Laurie, he's been keen to get involved in this game so far. Real weapon for the Magpies potentially. Speaking of weapons, Gallant's got loads of pace. It is out from the Magpies try line. Can they get one, North Sydney? Simpson, here's Samu Wara. He's generally pretty dangerous. That'll be a try. Thought there was space. Akarippa got him. Here's McQueen. Now Greenfield, the short pass. He's already got it.